let's go ahead and get down to business. So I know a lot of you guys have been looking at my channel and you guys have been asking me for clothing advice. You guys have been asking me for clothing hauls. This is what I have for you guys today, bro. A lot of people ask me all the time. A lot of people go into Instagram. A lot of people go into Facebook, into Snapchat. And a lot of people DM me, hey, Chris, how do I get clothes on a budget? We see that when you were doing your clothing hauls, more clothing hauls coming soon. We see that when you were doing your clothing hauls, you were getting all these cool clothes. How do you get clothes for cheap? How do you get clothes on a budget? Well, you already know your man, Young Takanashi, got some heaters for you. I got the goodies for you. But the first thing before we even get into everything is make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe so I can give you more content like this. I know you guys have been begging me for the clothing hauls and the summer hauls and the fall hauls and the winter hauls. A lot of you guys probably think that I've been getting away from that, but hey, don't worry. I still got you with that, okay? So, without further ado, like I said, I have 5 for you guys. So, sit back, relax, go to McDonald's and get you a Whopper because we are about to get it popping. Now for number 5, I have to give it to the website Grailed. Now when it comes to the website Grailed, a lot of people don't know what the website Grailed is, but Grailed is this marketplace full of all kinds of different clothing brands. It could be Supreme, it could be Bape, it could be Nautica, it could be Ralph Lauren. It could be so many different kinds of brands, and they're all kind of just in this marketplace of old people's stuff. Maybe it's new, maybe it's used just a little bit, and that's stuff that you're able to get for cheap. Now one thing that I will say is that it's almost like Kixify, but I don't really trust Kixify because a lot of the stuff on Kixify is not true at all. But if you go on the Kixify website and you see that there is a lot of people old stuff that they are for sale, that's pretty much what Grailed is. The only difference with Grailed is that Grailed is actually a lot more legit. And with Grailed, you can find a whole lot more vintage stuff. Now, when I say vintage, I mean like your vintage Nautica, your vintage Tommy Hilfiger, your vintage Polo, maybe some vintage Supreme even, or Bape. If you want your headbands, all of that stuff you will be able to get from Grailed. Now, one thing that I will say that when it comes to Grailed is that be on the lookout for a lot of pickups, for a lot of purchases from Grailed, because you guys know I'm a big Tyler fan, right? A lot of the golf wing merchandise that he puts on the website comes and goes real quick. So I'm gonna have to pick up some more stuff like that. I need vintage Nautica. Nautica is my favorite brand, so I need vintage Nautica in the collection, in the rotation always. I need some Nautica shorts, some Tommy Hilfiger shorts, some Nautica button-ups for the cheap. Yo, they have vintage Nautica button-ups up there for $7. $7. It's somebody's used button-up, but it's like thrifting. You can't beat that. It's just like online thrifting. So if you want a nice little website, if you want a nice little way if you can buy some nice clothes or used clothes, maybe for a little cheaper, I do recommend Grailed. Now the next website that I recommend has to be the good old trusty eBay. Now eBay works wonders for everybody. eBay has worked wonders for me. eBay has worked wonders for my friends. Everybody gets hooked up on eBay. It is what it is. Like if you want to get like nice little clothes for cheap, or nice little shoes for cheap, or nice cell phones for cheap, you go to eBay. But the one thing about this is when it comes to eBay, you have to be smart. You have to be aware. When it comes to like buying clothes or buying shoes, you have to do your research. You have to know your stuff. Luckily nowadays when you do PayPal and stuff like that, let's just say something goes wrong, you're backed up, you automatically get your money back. But one thing that you never do on PayPal is you never gift anybody anything. Let's just make sure that you guys understand that now. When it comes to PayPal, what do you never do? You never gift send anybody money. You never gift send anybody money. You never do that. You do it the old-fashioned way. You do it the right way. So just in case anything goes wrong, PayPal has you backed up. When it comes to eBay, eBay is a great place to find old vintage stuff like I was talking about before, and also newer stuff. Like let's just say a Jordan release comes out and you miss out on a Jordan release. Jordans aren't selling out nowadays. Let's just say an Adidas Yeezy release come out and you guys are missing out on that, or you missed out on it and you really want to find it but you haven't been able to find it on Twitter, and you haven't been able to find it on this website or this website or this website. All you have to do is go on eBay if you have your research good, or if you're good at what you're doing. If you're not good, I recommend that you do some research on that. I will go on eBay, you know, maybe talk the seller down to a nice little price, and then there you go. Fair warning when it comes to eBay though, because there are a lot of scammers on eBay, and if you're not careful, you can lose out on a lot of money if you gift pay somebody on PayPal. Like I said, Make sure you do your research when it comes to eBay. Make sure you know what you're looking at so that you just don't go out and blind buy anything. I'll say this. I've never got scammed before. Me. Chris, your man Young Takanashi, I have never got scammed before because I have been smart with my purchases. And like, I'm real funky with, like, let's just say I'm about to pay $100 for something, dog. $100 is not cheap. You feel me? So like, I need to be on my A game at all times when it comes to buying things, because I don't want to mess around and buy something that's not legit, because then, you know, somebody got to die. Now, the next tip that you guys could use is you guys could use Facebook groups. Now, Facebook groups, like, let's just say out here in Charlotte, we have Carolina Sneaker Society. We also have like Bape Crews or Supreme Crews, where it's like a nice little club. So like, if anybody has their used Supreme or their used Bape, they can go over to the website, hand it over, and then like sell it for a nice little price, or sell it for maybe a retail price or a cheaper price. But like I said before, there are a lot of things that you have to look after when it comes to like using Facebook groups. When you do a Facebook group with anybody, make sure that when you meet up with somebody, you bring like a close friend with you. You don't need to bring no weapons. You don't need to bring nothing crazy. Just make sure that you bring a friend with you. And if you are going to do any kind of Facebook group meetup, it has to be in a well-lit area. You feel me? Go to the mall. Don't go to the gas station. Go to the mall. Go to a place where there's a lot of people, where a lot of foolishness or a lot of coonery cannot take place. Make sure you have your friend. Make sure your friend's not a punk, because like, if it goes down, you're gonna have to take some uncles. You feel what I'm saying? You're gonna have to take some heads off, if you feel what I'm saying. And if your friend's not there and somebody robs you, then what kind of friend is he? You feel what I'm saying? Also, when it comes to these Facebook groups, you definitely do have to be aware, because a lot of people get robbed. A lot of people come to the functions, they bring weapons, they bring bats, they bring guns, they bring nines. I have been in an altercation myself where I almost went through with a Facebook trade and the dude had a gun with him. And let me tell you this, your boy Young Takanashi was nowhere to be found. I was not there. I flaked on that boy. You know what? If you guys, I actually made a story about that 2 years ago. If you guys want to watch that, boom, here's the box right there. Click on it. There you go. But back to the video. Be careful who you message. Make sure you go on the Facebook group and like maybe tag his name at the beginning and be like, hey, is he legit? Is there anything wrong with him? Ask around. Make sure everything is good. But I will say that Facebook groups is a good way to actually meet new people, network, and then also get some of the new stuff that you need. And if you are really good at Facebook groups, then you will be able to like maybe get shoes, you'll be able to buy connects, you'll be able to find new connects, you'll be able to meet new people that if they get a new clothing in, they won't overcharge you. They'll like be good to you, you feel me? They won't overcharge you. They might just like give it to you for the cheap. They might give it to you on the down low, if you know what I'm saying. Now the next one is actually a store. It's actually a clothing store, and I do have to say that it is H&M. Let's go ahead and keep it real, guys. When it comes to anything that's been trendy for the last 5 years, H&M, PacSun, Zoomies, they've been at the top of the game at making sure that anything that's trendy, you're able to get it. But H&M specifically has been really good at bringing out trendy stuff, bringing out fashionable stuff, but they're bringing it out and they're making it really easy for you to buy because they're making it cheap. I'm not saying that the quality for H&M products will be all that, because most likely it won't be all that. I mean, the quality is going to be a little, it's going to be some straight. But like, if you still want to be fashionable, if you still want to be trendy on the budget, that's something that you definitely could use, and that's something that you definitely could benefit off of. Like, there are so many things. Like, I've gotten some distressed jeans from H&M. H&M has bomber jackets. When the tour tees, when everybody was wearing those Led Zeppelin tees, when those were popping, H&M had a full size run of those. I remember when biker jeans were popping. I don't know if they still are popping. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I'll walk out the house with Adidas pants. But I remember when biker jeans were popping. H&M had a full lineup of those. Dad hats. H&M had a full lineup of those. The Yeezy season stuff, like even like the Yeezy season merchandise, H&M still had their own version of it. So just in case you weren't able to afford like actual Yeezy season, you could buy it from H&M. And like, I mean, hey, it's a little foo-foo, but like, it's H&M. Like, it's still fire. So when it comes to H&M, I definitely do recommend them. I shop there all the time. I pick up some stuff all the time. I do need to go there and pick up some pants though. That might be a nice little vlog. I might have to get that done for you guys. But when it comes to H&M, I do definitely recommend them. And the last one that I have to tell you guys today, and possibly one of the biggest ones, is what? Thrift stores. Thrift stores are extremely convenient. Thrift stores are extremely crazy. But when it comes to thrift stores, you just have to know what you're looking for. You just have to be about it. Like when it comes to thrifting, you can't be lazy. I remember one time I went thrifting, and the first time I went thrifting, I thought that it was horrible. I thought that it sucked because I didn't find anything cool. Little did I know, I only went to one thrift store. When you're thrifting and you really want to thrift, you can't just go to one thrift store because you're not going to find anything. And when it comes to thrift stores, you could find new things, you could find old things, you could find ugly things. Like I've definitely had my fair share of L's buying from a thrift store. But you can find so many other stuff, and the cool thing about it is if you know what you're looking for, a lot of the clothing from thrift stores are actually very pristine. Like I will say, this button up right here, this nice little vintage looking button up, I picked it up from a thrift store. I paid like $4 from it. Hold on 1 minute. Boom. Yeah. This bad boy right here, a lot of you guys might look at this bad boy right here and be like, dog, this is extremely ugly. But this right here, this old little vintage shirt right here is extremely fire. Where did I pick this up from? I picked this up from a thrift store. I've seen people pick up like big Ford jackets. I've seen people pick up bomber jackets. I've seen people find like Jordans at a thrift store. So you definitely do, when it comes to a thrift store, you have to know what you're looking for. You have to go find things. You have to go searching for them. And the #1 rule of thrifting. #1, always be humble. Because the thrift store gods might bless you and they might not bless you. But whether they bless you or not, bro, you always got to be humble. Because you never, ever want to go to the thrift store and take an L. Homie, that's gas money. We don't ever play about no gas. Are you crazy? We don't ever play about no gas money. And #2, you got to be patient. You gotta be a GOAT. But that's pretty much it. That's the end of this video. If I have missed out on some, go ahead and put that in the comment section down below. And if you guys want me to make a part 2, also put that in the comment section down below. I got more videos coming soon. Thank you guys for watching as always. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe. And one last thing. If you guys rep the Nashi clan, if you guys rep Nashi season, go ahead and spam be a GOAT in the comment section down below, because you already know what it is. Being a GOAT, it's not just a word. It's not just a movement. Being a GOAT is a lifestyle. But thank you guys for watching as always. New videos coming soon. And I just got to say, hey, blessings, blessings, blessings. And Chris out. La la la.